Hola, and welcome to the Forensic Detailing channel. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button. I've just returned from the Bedford Autodrome Motor Circuit for a track day, and I think I might have wrecked my car. Now, don't worry about the engine. When I was there, the car was fine most of the time on the track day. But like on the last two sessions, I think, the second to last session, I was whizzing round. I suddenly, let's just get in. Oh, I suddenly got an error popped up. Let's start this up. Just let it go through its startup sequence. Turn that off. And this thing come up. Now that can come up. Let's close the door so we can't hear that. It's not just a tyre pressure warning. I've been getting quite a lot of tyre pressure warnings for that tyre over there, the offside rear, where it was slowly leaking pressure down to about 27, then it would stabilise. And if I pumped it out for a track day, it was fine. It was like, so I think it's some seal problem. But then on the second to last session, as I said, this came up. And when I go to menu, so look, tyre pressure monitor failure, unable to detect any loss of pressure, check tyre pressures manually. Yeah, all right, I'd almost prefer it to be that way. Possible to continue journey, however have the problem checked by your BMW service partner. I want to check it myself. It might be something easy. So if I go to my vehicle and then vehicle status, these, yeah, so I've got the tyre pressure monitor failure. These stay greyed out. And if I go into tyre settings and perform a reset, basically, even if I drive off, I still get that red hourglass of doom they've inherited from Microsoft. and eventually, after like 10 minutes, the tyre reset fails. Okay, so let's turn off. Now, I figured that if one of my tyre pressure sensors had failed, I'd just get a reading from the other three, and then the one that's knackered would not read, and you wouldn't have a failure of the system. So I was thinking, well, the system's failed, so it's got to be the main control unit, that, because each tyre pressure monitor in each tyre, like it's attached to the valve stem, sends a little signal to a central unit, I think, or maybe 4 central units or 1 central unit, you tell me. So there'd be no reason for it not to work if one of them's inoperative. That was my theory. So I thought I've got some electrical problem with the tyre pressure control unit. But I like big butts and I cannot lie. Sorry. But on the way home, I noticed when I'm driving incredibly slowly only, that I get a rattling noise. And when I open this window up, the rattling, oh shit, excuse me, drop my keys. The rattling noise is coming from this tyre. It's like, best way to describe it is like if you had a dustbin and you put a golf ball inside it and rattled the bin around. Hear that? Tick, 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 tick. That's what the noise sounds like. And then when I get going and driving and the wheel spins, the rattling noise goes away. I think that the TPMS module has somehow managed to separate from the valve, from the inside of the thing where it's mounted, and it's just got smashed around in the, you know, the inner space, the hidden universe that is the inside of this tyre. Must be a dark and gloomy place in there. Horrible thinking of that, living in there. But how the hell could that come off? Because those things are part of it, you know, and it's in there, it's a safe environment. So unless I've gone over like the, you know, the edge of the track where they got the old fingers or whatever, you know, the old, what are they called, whatever, you know what I mean, red and white things. Come on, brain. And really smashed it. and it's like somehow sheared it off. Now I noticed with my M240 once when I had a tyre replaced that one of the TPMSs was like tried to be glued on. So I wonder if when these tyres were done, again, it all goes back to tyre fitters. You know, I could be blaming them for nothing here, but they didn't know about the TPMS and they damaged it when they got the old tyre spanner thing, whatever it's called, in there and went round and just smashed off the TPMS or damaged it and glued it back on, and it was kind of half working. So in summary, I think I have just damaged the TPMS sensor. It's decimated, it's been rattled around, you know. So if I lose one, this is my question to you, would that cause the error so the system won't initiate because it can't get a signal from 4? If it can't get a signal from 4, then it malfunctions. So that's what I want to know from you. So that's the first thing. The second thing is these Michelin Pilot Sport 4Ss. They're really holding up so well, especially on the back. You can see there the wear is even, everything is good. Good tyre. I'm going to do a review on those. I like them. And even the driver's side one here is still okay. It's still okay. You can see it's seen some action. And it's the driver's one that gets hammered at Bedford because it's a clockwise circuit. But my passenger one, for some reason, I think that's shot, isn't it now? You can just see the vague tread lines. If I follow it round, we've got more of the delimitation. Oh, here it is, look. So the tyre's delaminating. So my second question, I think, is that tyre is not good for another track day, especially a clockwise circuit. And that's just going to peel off this even more. And it's that rubber underneath that you don't want to hit. So my question is, I'm thinking because my rears are good, and they are good, the rears, they've got got 3 or 4 more track days left in those, and because my driver's side one is good, I'll just replace that single tyre there, and that should be okay. I mean, you know, you should always sort of replace them in pairs, you know, so I should really do both fronts, but I think I'm going to do Thruxton again, just going to put a heavy load on that one. So I'm thinking just get another tyre and like just bed it in, you know, and it'll be okay. So same compound, same rubber, just one, or for a little while, for a few laps, will be so fresh there might be a little bit of difference under braking and heavy cornering. But let me know your thoughts on that. Other than that, the track day at Bedford was really good. It was a new company, Track Obsession, that I hadn't used before. They're really good, really well organised. They give you a little goodie pack with a little keyring in it, which is quite cool. I forgot to put my sticker on the car. Never mind. I didn't know what this was. So they had all these free stickers. So I thought, yeah, free sticker, I'll take one of these. And these are for like to say it's your first track day. So I'm glad I didn't stick that on my car. I'll still stick that up on the wall because it's cool. Doesn't matter, does it? And you get a Track Obsession sticker. So that's pretty cool. So other than that, guys, all is well. The new Pagid RSC brakes that I'm running were superb. The stock carbon ceramics are superb when they're new as well. But these really were ace. I mean, I've hardly used anything on the rears, which is phenomenal. The fronts, I've heated them up. You can see they've been worked, but there's plenty of meat on those. So that'll be good for the rate I get through, and probably another 5 or 6 track days. Touch wood. Other than that, the car was great. The circuit was great. It was a pleasure to meet some people. I met Tim from MV Car Care and someone who works with Tim who does the PPF, and I don't know your first name. I know your car. You got the aerial atom. I think it was Perfect Paint Protection. So put your name in the comment as well, and I'll follow you on Instagram. It's good to stay in contact. Met a couple of other YouTubers as well, which is great. Met a guy called Lee. Shout out to Lee if you're watching. We had a great fun. He let me sit shotgun in his Clio Sport, which was a hell of a car. Really. And he drove the pants off it, which was great fun. Like, had it sideways in most corners, which is brilliant. So I had a great time up there, guys. Now it's just the aftermath. The car needs a good clean, but I can't be bothered. It's not too bad actually. Bedford's a bit less congested, so you're not sort of trailing behind people. But the front's taking a bit of a hammering. So I'll probably do a separate video now. Yeah, the front has taken a hammering actually. Bugs hitting it at like 100, God knows what mile an hour. Of how I'm going to deal with this without actually doing a full wash. Other than that, take care. Let me know what you think's going on with my TPMS system, because that's really going to help me. And I'll see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Over and out.
Holding on to what I knew, but the moment's gone. Where was I when